Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to another life-changing, life-altering installment of Tea Time with Ayek. We don't always drink tea, but trust me when I say that we spill the tea. I'm Ayek. Thank you for coming back. I got weight loss surgery. Okay, so in my previous vlog, which I'm going to link somewhere up here, I mentioned having some struggles with inauthenticity when I took a break, or one of the pushes for taking a break on YouTube was because I just felt like I was not being real, because I was not ready to be open about certain things about me. But here we are, darling. We're here and we're going to unpack it today. April 2022, I got weight loss surgery. I got the vertical gastric sleeve. It's called VSG. The acronym is VSG, but it's vertical gastric sleeve, which I don't understand. If you're watching this and I told you I had gallbladder surgery, I didn't, and I never will in Jesus' name. And yeah, I got weight loss surgery. First of all, as a disclaimer, this is not going to be a health video. I'm not going to give any health recommendations, health tips. I will share insight on my experience. That's the extent of it. I did not go to med school and I did not specialize in bariatrics. So I ain't got no answers for you, okay? Baby, these doctors getting paid a lot of money. Make them work for their money, okay? Let's go to 2021, January 2021. I spoke in a video about my experiences as a Black woman in the healthcare sector, specifically OBGYN, a reproductive system. There's this fascination with Black women's reproductive system, but no protection or support. I still feel that what I've learned, what I've seen in the years, so far, I can assure you that unfortunately is still going on. People are doing better. People like me who have, people my demographic, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. And not just Black women, Black fat women, Black big women, Black plus size women. There's just so many things, Black chronically ill women, right? I'm not chronically ill, but I'm just saying these are examples of people who just have really unpleasant experiences in the healthcare space, especially when it comes to one of the systems that you guys are so obsessed over. You're constantly watching our system, this particular system, but you're doing nothing. So 2021, I go to this gynecologist, the nurse practitioner. The gynecologist has multiple practices, and they get a nurse practitioner because they don't want to come to work. They just want to pump the money. And that was the first seed that was sown about weight loss surgery. Let me give some background. I grew up I'm a millennial, okay, a Gen Z / millennial. I grew up during the rise of reality TV. One of the reality TV shows that we used to watch, on Lifetime, TLC, extreme weight loss shows. There was this thing. There was a stigma or a mentality that I carried, that I openly spoke about and promoted, that people who get weight loss surgery, first of all, in my mind, I thought if someone got weight loss surgery, it's because they're immobile. Like, I thought it's for people who were, they couldn't move or they couldn't be active, if that makes sense. I thought there was a threshold. And then I also just thought, why do you need weight loss surgery? Like, is it that deep? I was very critical of people who got weight loss surgery. That's why I found it offensive when that MP asked me that, have you considered weight loss surgery? I said, what? Did I come in here? Did they roll me in here? Why you think I need weight loss surgery? I was getting all defensive. One, it's not the easy way out, because people like to believe it's the easy way out. And I like an easy life. That John 10:10 life that Jesus was talking about, that's the life. That's the one I want. That's the life I'm living. So my issue is not even the easy way out. So in my mind, it is like, even as I'm saying it, there was a show called Extreme Weight Loss, right? They would prep to get ready for weight loss surgery, and they would have to get weight loss surgery because they just had so much weight to lose. But some people see it as the easy way out. Let me put it to you like this, okay? It's not that life is easy, but if you believe that everything has to be difficult and that there's no favor and ease, revisit. That's one of the things I had to learn in this journey. The only reason why it's perceived as the easy way out is because of the rate and speed at which you lose weight. If you reason the matter, like if you reason it and you think about why you perceive it as easy, you think it's easy because of how fast the weight comes off. I'll tell you about my program because my surgeon and the team, they were not playing with us. They're actually, he wins awards literally every year. His practice wins awards every year because they're the type of people that they're like, one, we're not with the BS. Don't play with us, okay? He gives Dr. Now energy, but in a more palpable way. But their team is like, don't come back for revision. I mean, they're going to do it if insurance pays them. I mean, it is the American healthcare system, right? But like, don't come back here for a revision. A revision is like if someone gets a sleeve and they need to lose more weight or they've gained their weight, they may get another operation like the gastric bypass or something. Their point is to avoid revision because they want you to change your lifestyle, change your life. One of the first things my doctor told me during my pre-op, like my consultation was, just so you know, like forget about alcohol. You're not going to drink anymore. Like just no more alcohol for the rest of, he said, forget about alcohol for the rest of your life, which was something I was like, at this point, so I'll anything, just tell me, just do it. So one of my fears was the surgery, but another one of my fears was how people would receive it. I was obsessed with validation. And validation is something like it's a daily thing that I have to work through to be like, yo, this is my life. Lord Jesus, how you feel? You feeling me? Okay, cool. We good? We good. Okay? I'm aligned. We're good. But at the time, validation was really important. So I was asking different people, like, what do you think about weight loss surgery? I asked my pastor, who's a medical doctor, and he's like, I don't think it's a bad idea. I know people that have gotten it. I know people that have gained the weight back. He wasn't the only person that mentioned the weight gain thing, right? I told my sister was like, okay, because we have a family friend who went through the same program I went through, and she's kept it off for like 5 years. She's a lifter. She's a power lifter now. So January, I have this concern. Let me go back. January, I have this encounter. Then July 2021, I'm like, this is getting serious. So like, I don't understand. And what triggered me, because I mean, I'm still an African, was my menstrual cycle. I did not want to be put on medication that would make me have my period, especially knowing in the back of my mind that it was because of my weight. So it was July 2021. I was about to start working in a pharmacy, but at the time I was working two retail jobs. And the pharmacy I ended up working at was retail as well. But I was working two retail jobs and I would be tired, guys. Like, these are clothing stores. It's plus size clothing stores. Like, guys, we're not running up hills, okay? We're not doing some high activity movement. It's like, hi, how are you doing? I walk from this place to that place. I used to work the evening, for the more strenuous one, I used to work the evening shift. So I wasn't the one having to do the floor plans and stuff. I just would help people and talk, like run my mouth, like do what I do. I'll come back, I was knackered. I was absolutely tired. And I felt it was at the place where like I had tried so many things and it didn't work because I was a binge eater. For someone who says they're reserved, I talk a lot. Um, but I don't express my feelings. I don't express my emotions. I ate to comfort myself. I was addicted to certain types of food and specifically snacks. So I would go to the gym. Don't get me wrong. I've always been into like the whole weightlifting fitness thing, doing the best that I could. But why would I burn 1,000 calories and then go to Popeyes and get the 6-piece and sit in my car in the dark? I know you feel me on this. You feel me. You feel what I'm saying. Um, After work, I'm like getting change and stuff from my car to see how much money I can put together to go to the dollar store and see if I can get like 10 packs of chocolate to eat in my car in the dark. Um, I grew up in an environment where like we were like monitored to a fault. I grew up in a very restrictive eating environment, which is, again, a cultural thing, right? A lot of policing. And me being me, I wanted to be like the other kids. I wanted to feel among. So means I wanted to eat what they were eating. But then also like being outside and getting a taste of chocolate and things, it gave me this comfort in a way that I had not felt before. I did not want to do alcohol or drugs. At the time, I mean, At the time, I should have started smoking weed and those things. I was already too old. I'm like, why will, at my age, will I start smoking weed at 25? Was that, you know what I mean? Like when I became aware of my binging practices. Alcohol, I mean, you can only drink so many mojitos. Like, I mean, it ain't that deep. And it's like, I was not willing to do drugs every day. I was not willing to smoke every day because I'm like, I'm too old. I'm not going to get into this. I was not willing to drink every day. Mind altering things, just, I don't like mind altering things. Even coffee. Sometimes I'd be like, I would just be saying blood of Jesus in my head. So binging was a thing. And to be honest, I think a lot of people I grew up around were restrictive of food because they struggled with binging as well. But it didn't show in their body because they just had fast metabolisms and things were just different. That's the background. So July comes and I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to do something. Ayek, I love you, but like you're tolerating a lot of nonsense in a lot of areas of your life, including this your health thing. And at that point I realized it was no longer about aesthetics. This is about my health. How will I work at Ashley Stewart and Torrid and I'm falling asleep with my clothes on the couch. My body just cannot handle the weight. I was ready to work. My body could not handle the weight. So I go to this wellness center and I'm like, hi, I want to get a referral for weight loss surgery. Is this your bad lady? She's around my age, a nurse practitioner. She's like, I don't understand. I said, I want to get this thing for weight loss surgery. What do you mean you don't understand? I mean, I didn't say it like that. And she too didn't say it like that. But you know, there's that rapport amongst your fellow people, your fellow countrymen or fellow continent men. So she says, well, I can't give you a referral because I'm not your PCP. I'm not your primary care physician. One thing about me, I was avoiding going to the doctor's office because I didn't want to see the scale. I didn't want to see the criticism and the judgment. And at that point, I was seeing a naturopath, and she told me, you know, you might have to go on blood pressure medication soon. At the time, I was like 24, 25. But high blood pressure medication, this is not to judge people that are, whether you're on high blood pressure medication because of weight or you know life or genetics, whatever the case may be. I'm not judging you, but for me, I knew that like I don't have to be on blood pressure medication at my age or in general. She's like, you know, well, I can't give you a referral. You need to go to your PCP first of all, and second of all, this thing I've just never forget it. They need proof that you're trying to lose weight anyway. I'm thinking, who is they? I didn't even know at that time. I didn't even know if it's they, the doctors. I just the surgeon. I thought you just walk into the surgery and say hello. Just give me the surgery. So weight loss clinics, the way a lot of them work is they give you this appetite suppressant called phentermine. Phentermine is kind of mind altering as well. Again, like I said, I don't like mind altering things. So phentermine was a challenge, but it worked until it didn't. Some of the medical assistants at the weight loss clinic alluded to it. A Cameroonian lady, she used style to tell me that, babe, come up with a plan because this thing is not, it's not long term. It was December 2021. Yeah, I call my insurance company and I say, what do I need for weight loss surgery? He tells me you need 6 months of proof that you've been trying to lose weight. And you need to be, your BMI has to be over 60. Trust me, it was over 60. I had what it took. And I think that was about it. My insurance company was easy at the time. Basically, I had to, they were telling me that I had to go to a medical, how do I explain this? Some kind of medical weight loss program. And I thought that I had to use my insurance card for the services. The way that this weight loss clinic works is they take health benefit cards, they take credit cards as well. They don't run it through insurance because no insurance is going to allow you to get phentermine every 3 weeks. Okay. They're not going to cover it. So they're just like, you guys, we don't want stress with insurance. Just pay out of pocket. I'm like, now I have to find a nutritionist. At that point, it's end of December. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. So around this time, I'm on Facebook, just doing my thing, lollygagging or whatever. And I see an ad for the place that I ended up getting my weight loss surgery. They said, call for consultation. That's where I meet my surgeon, my wonderful surgeon. And we're talking, we're gisting, this is this. And I'm like, he's like, Okay, you have your proof of weight loss. I'm like, well, I went to a weight loss clinic, but it didn't go through insurance, so I can't do it. I can't get the surgery, or I can't. I have to go through this particular program. Now, mind you, I had signed up for a medical weight loss clinic. I had to work with a nutritionist, and basically, the nutritionist was trying to talk me out of the surgery, while also being surprised at like my vitals. So my blood work, she was expecting things to be horrible and they weren't. So it's just like this thing. It's like, give me my 6 months approval. Let me show proof that I've been trying to lose weight so I can go, because I don't understand you. While that's going on, I was supposed to have another session with her. And I speak with my surgeon and I tell him, they told me I have to do 6 months of this. He said, I thought you said you went to a weight loss clinic. I said, I did now, but I paid with a health benefits card. He said, do you think these people care? Girl, send the documentation. Girl. So I was putting the packet together for my insurance company. So I needed a referral. I needed to get a scan of my stomach so that they could be sure which operation I could get. Putting the packet together takes time, because I think December I got the list of things that was needed, but I couldn't get an appointment for my scan until like February. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to get this surgery in February. It was just a lot. I think it was like the last day of February was a Friday. I had this call like 8 a.m. The scheduler called me. She's like, hey, insurance approved your surgery. I'm like, okay. It's on April 4th. I say, what? So it's like a month from the day she called me. I'm like, that's the story of how all of this came about. Um, let's talk about my family. So I told my mom in like December that I was thinking about getting it. She knew people that had gotten it. We knew our family friend who had gotten it, and she had kept it off or whatever. And my mom's like, you're gonna have to take vitamins for the rest of your life. I'm like, okay. At your age, don't you take vitamins every day? You're gonna take it for the rest of your life too. It didn't deter me, but I knew that my mom was scared because it's still a surgery. And, we've experienced loss before, and her concern was she was afraid of experiencing another loss. It's traumatic. Losing someone is traumatic. So she was scared. It came off to me as her not being supportive, which I was just like, okay, well, I still have that rebellious tinge in me. So I will still do what I want to do. But with time, she spoke to my aunt and spoke to different people. She came around to the point that she was excited about the surgery. She would watch people's journeys on YouTube, on my YouTube account, by the way. She uses my YouTube account even though she has her own. The challenge was telling my dad and like extended family. My dad and I had and have a very interesting dynamic. He's on the stoic side about a lot of things, and I just did not feel comfortable being open with him about that. So I was like, let me just see how I'll manage this thing. So I told him I was getting a surgery. I didn't give him details on what. Well, he's smart. He does not say a lot of things he observes, but he observes things. So he was like, I'm pretty sure she's getting weight loss surgery. I just said I'm going for surgery. The weekend before my surgery was my cousin's wedding. Literally the night before my surgery, my cousin had her white wedding. So I'm dancing, having fun, but in my mind I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I'm getting this surgery. It's happening tomorrow. I didn't tell anyone. I told my family friend, and she was like, yeah, something similar happened to her. Like literally the day before the surgery, she had a wedding or an event. So it was a good way. It was a good way to close that chapter of my life. Day of surgery comes. I said, they're putting this thing, putting this. Oh, we're putting this behind your ear, to help with nausea. This is this. My program, as in when I tell you they check off all of them, like they hit all the marks in pre-operation, operation, post-operation care, even down to like what medications you need to take to prevent future surgeries. Prevention is better than the cure. They're like, we're into prevention. How can we avoid this, and this from happening? So this program was just on point. Shout out to the team. Yeah, so we're rolling into the OR, and my mom is crying, and the anesthetics is starting to kick in. So I go into the room. The thing is just so dramatic. It's like a movie. So this surgeon assistant who was giving me attitude the entire time, he's like, are you crying or is that just water coming out of your eyes? I'm like, I'm scared. And he taps my shoulder. Oh gosh. And then the nurse anesthesiologist they tap my shoulder, and from there I just went to La La Land. I come out, and Yeah, coming to, I have a video. I'll share it. I'll show it somewhere here. My mom recorded me. Post op was interesting. It was hard, like hydration, staying hydrated, and things like that. I actually did go. I went to the ER once because I was just so dehydrated. I just could not get water down because in my mind, I was drinking the water how I used to drink it. And so since I couldn't do that because my stomach could not take it, I was like, what's the point? And then I went for like a proper, I like stayed overnight at the hospital. They fixed me up, I was good to go. And then, um, yeah. So there are three stages. So there's a liquid stage. So 2 weeks after the surgery, I was only drinking protein shakes and liquids. It had to be liquids, no grains or anything like that, no solids, only liquids. Then soft foods. It was hard. I felt isolated. I felt some type of way. I was like, am I strange? Am I weird? I don't know if that makes sense. Like I was in my sister's room during recovery. I would just lock myself in the room and like, people are judging me, like all of these thoughts. And I spent a lot of my time bookmarking food on Instagram. That month was difficult. It was hard. Like it was hard to pray. There were so many things. But in terms of the recovery itself, I did not experience incision pain. My stomach itself felt kind of sore after the surgery, but I kid you not, after that day, there was no pain. Once you come to, they expect you to start walking. So I was walking every night that I was there, which was like, I stayed like one night. And then the days after that, my mom and I would go walking. And then I went for post op checkups with my doctor. And then I got clearance. That's why I tell you, this my doctor, he's so funny. So he's like, what activities have you been doing? And I told him, I'm like, I've been walking 2 miles a day. And he whispered, he said it quietly. He's like, that's not enough. I said, yeah, you have to get into weight training, something. You have to move, like you have to get things moving. Then things kind of just went full speed ahead. This is like summer 2022. The first week and a half, I lost 35 pounds. And then from there, I'm like, okay, okay. I was never looking at the numbers. I was kind of looking at the numbers, but I wasn't as concerned as I know some people can be, only because I'm like, you know what, this has to work. It will work. I want my life back. I want to be able to be active and do everything. And I did. So I think July, I went on my first hike with my group of friends, which was great. The concept of weight loss surgery is restriction. It restricts your stomach. It physically restricts you so you do not overeat. People gain weight on this after this surgery because of what they're eating and how they're eating. So if you can only eat 3 ounces, but you eat 3 ounces every hour, with time it'll pile up. In case you're wondering how people gain weight after this surgery. Guys, I'm not even joking. When I tell you there's nothing what God cannot do does not exist, but like I look at my life and honestly it feels like a miracle. Like I'll be at the gym looking at myself like, now maybe is this me? The things I can do. Yeah, this surgery, it's it what it needs to do. It ate. VSG, you ate, girl. Let's talk about a few things. Loose skin. One of the concerns that I hear from my friends and people that I talk to online who want to get this weight loss surgery is loose skin. Why do you care about loose skin? I know why you care. You and I both know why you care. Male validation. Can I give you some advice? Let's talk about like 5 things. This journey, you have to decenter men. You have to decenter male validation. You want to know why? Because it will either make you or break you. When you start fitting the standard of beauty, the uptick in people looking at you, people expressing attraction towards you was painful to me. And it was painful because I'm like, wow, this world is so superficial. I didn't take it well the first few months because first of all, I thought people were staring at me like, wow, look at this huge lady. But it took time for it to click in my head that no, they're actually staring at you because they find you attractive. You're their type. Now, and when I came to that realization, it was painful. It was. Even how people receive me when I go into stores and places like that, they're just more, they might be racist. Okay, I'm not putting that aside. But like they're more receptive, they're nicer to me in a way that they were not before. Even friends. So some friends, the friend situation is interesting. My friends who are for me, like who supported me through this journey, like still embrace me. There wasn't a change, but there were some friends who they actually showed signs before the surgery and before this transformation in my life that they weren't feeling me. And then, they're like, you know what, screw you, I'm going all the way. And I can't act like I don't have friends who feel threatened by me or felt they're not friends anymore, but felt threatened by me when they saw my body change. But a lot of them, like they were already showing signs that had to go. But when you're growing in one area of your life, you tend to grow generally. So that's what happened. But that attraction thing, that thing paid me. So you people can be nice. So you people are so hey yeah. As big as I was, my brother and my sister, people would act like I was invisible, like they could not see me. Men, and it honestly was only black men, would go out of their way to show that they were not attracted to me or avoid my eye contact. Why? Like, guys, we have to. I know everybody likes what they like, but the way that the world is embracing me, because I'm now fitting more of the standards now, is disturbing. And I'm happy that it happened when it happened because I'm happy that it happened when it happened. Okay, that kind of flow, that had some kind of style to it. If I was at the point where the world's validation and humans' validation meant everything to me the way it did at like in 2021 and before, oh my gosh, I would have been sucked dry. But everything happens how it's supposed to happen. So in the time when I'm getting my health together, my spiritual walk is flourishing, right? I didn't see it as flourishing at the time. I'm like, Lord, you're really stressing me. Like, I don't know if you know, but this thing you're doing is stressing me. But now I can see why all of it had to happen, right? Because it's like, no, Aik, you need to know who you are in me. You need to know that you're mine. And by me, I'm talking about God. I'm talking about Jesus. You need to know that you're mine. You belong to me. I love you. I accept you. You matter to me, so that this thing won't get to your head. That's why you see people who are conventionally attractive, their brain, you'll be wondering, is something going on? No, they have experienced validation because of the way they look, and that is what they place their value in. Not all conventionally attractive people, but a lot. If I had a different mindset, I would have been taken through the ringer. And I had already been taken through the ringer, seeking validation. And I would have put my worth in things that I didn't need to. And so I'm not gonna lie, like I've been looking at my body in the mirror, especially the way my genetics hit. Okay, the lower bodies. If I place so much, if you see me physically, you already know I'm talking about. Like it's yeah, yeah. Shout out to you, mom and dad, because literally the both sides of my family, like yeah. If I was at a place where I could not check myself, like, whoa, calm down. Yeah, you look good. Your waist is cute or whatever, but that's not who you are. That's not your story. What impact are you making on the world? You know what I mean? I had to think about those things in a way that I didn't have to before, and check myself. So when you're out in this journey, just get ready. If you're thinking about getting any kind of weight loss surgery, here are a few things. I'll give you like 5. Get ready for a lifestyle complete change. That thing of eating fast food, you have to say goodbye. And even and there's some places like Chick-fil-A, you can manage that one, right? Because there are options, or Panera. But like McDonald's, a lot of things. And I'm not saying this to scare you, but it's like a lot of times it's McDonald's, etc., that got us into the situation that we're in. So just be ready to let that go. I know this is a controversial one, but alcohol, yeah, they make like seltzers and stuff, but like the way that our stomachs absorb alcohol, there are risks of things like transfer addiction. I'm not praying this for you. I'm just telling you the truth. There's transfer addiction, and the way that our bodies absorb alcohol is just not the same. You get drunk very quickly and then you crash. Just get ready to say goodbye to alcohol. But if you decide to use it again, well, all the best. If you smoke, my surgeon told me, like, let it go for the rest of your life. I know that there are people who have gone weight loss surgery that still smoke. I don't know what to tell you. Eating. You have to unlearn the thing of this is good food, this is bad food. What food will help me be at my optimum but taste good and I won't be missing that old life? That's how I navigate eating now, okay? I eat like swallow because I'm a South girl. We have to have fufu, we have to have eba. But yeah, to be fair, I can really only eat like even smaller than a baby's amount. If I show you the bowl that I used to eat, let me see if I can grab it. Let me grab it. This is the bowl I use. It's a baby bowl. I literally got it from the baby section at Target. There was a time I was using baby spoons when I first started eating solids again, because I just needed my mind to register that, like, you can't eat as much and as fast. So that's another thing. You're not going to be able to drink things as fast. You're not going to be able to eat things as quickly, right? You can eat it quickly, but you're going to get hungry because of the way your stomach absorbs things. One of the things that they told me, but they didn't tell me very well, was when you drink liquids, you have to wait 30 minutes before you eat. And then when you're done eating, you wait 30 minutes, because your stomach size is so small. There's just not enough space for both. And it doesn't give your stomach time to absorb the nutrients. That's why people have to take vitamins after. It's just like a multivitamin. I'll show you up there. It's daily multi-chew. And then because of the surgery I got, I take B12 once a month. But I know people who got gastric bypass take iron as well. But again, my mentality, I was already, it's like, let's just run it. Let's run it. And we're running it. April 4th made it 1 year. We're July, and it's a miracle. I don't say this lightly. Y'all know I'll be extra, but I'm being so honest. When I look at my life, first of all, at 28, I've lived so many lives. I've lived so many lives, but I will tell you this, that my life is honestly a miracle. The hand of God is heavy, as in, locked in. My life is a miracle. I couldn't see it before, because I thought about all of the horrible, crappy, S-wordy things that I experienced and saw, that I accepted, that me too I did to myself or did to others. But looking back on everything, we stand a miracle working God. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope that this brought some insights. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. Any non-medical questions, I'll do my best to answer them. This is really the extent of VSG content. I am going to be incorporating health and wellness content, because I'm passionate about health and wellness in a lot of ways. But in terms of weight loss surgery talk, this is it, babe. And I wish you guys all the best on any journey you choose to take, whether it's natural, whether it's surgical, whether you're no longer eating meat, or you're just starting to eat meat again, whatever it is, whatever your personal convictions are, I wish you all the best. You are worth it. You are worthy. You are accepted. You are loved. You are good enough. Yes. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week. Bye for now. Hey guys, I'm here at surgery center, about to get my stuff. We're about to do this. Hello. It's day after operation. I don't really feel like talking. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't feel like talking. Can't believe I only have 20% of my stomach. Let the journey begin. One thing I've learned right off the bat is water. I was sipping the water, but I was trying to finish it all one sitting, and that's what was making me nauseous. Learning, no, that's not how you do it. You sip, I'm deepening the magnitude of what I've just done. Let me say that. Deepening the magnitude.